Imagine every app you touch today, Netflix, Instagram, Spotify, Google Maps, quietly powered by something that feels almost like a digital brain. Not magic, not sci-fi, neural networks. Tonight, we're going to turn this complicated buzzword into a story so simple you could explain it to a friend in 2 minutes. No math degree, no jargon storm, just clear visuals and real-life examples. Picture this. An invisible team of tiny decision makers working inside your apps, learning patterns the way you learn to recognize your best friend's face in a crowd. That's a neural network at work. Over the next 12 minutes, we'll follow one from birth, random, clueless to surprisingly smart, helping your phone recognize cats, roots, and your music taste. Stay with me because once you see how it learns, you will never look at smart apps the same way again. Next shot, we meet our AI hero. Meet Nova. Nova is our baby neural network, not a robot body, just code. But we'll treat Nova like a character because it helps us see what's going on. At the start, Nova doesn't know anything. Think of a newborn staring at blurry shapes. Nova is made of neurons, tiny dots connected by lines. Each dot is just a super simple rule. When I get a number, should I light up a little, a lot, or not at all? That's it. No magic thought, just numbers in, numbers out. But when we stack thousands of these dots in layers and let them work together, suddenly Nova can spot patterns, faces, words, sounds, spam emails. In the next shot, we'll plug Nova into a real-world challenge, recognizing handwritten numbers like the ones on a delivery code. That's where things get fun. Picture a pile of photos showing handwritten numbers. Some neat, some chaotic, like when a courier scribbles your apartment code. Our mission for Nova: look at a new image and guess, is this a 3, a 7, a 9? Input layer time. Every pixel in each image is turned into a number, dark pixels, bright pixels, and fed into Nova's first layer of neurons. Visually, imagine a rain of tiny dots streaming into Nova's brain, lighting up different spots. Right now, Nova is guessing randomly. It might say 3 when it's clearly a 9. Super wrong, but that's okay. This is day 1 at the gym. In the next shot, we'll show how Nova learns from being wrong, just like you did when you misread a text or missed a turn and corrected it. So Nova makes a guess, that squiggle is a 2. Reality check, it was a 7. A giant red X appears. Here's where the magic-looking part is actually simple. Nova asks, how wrong was I? That difference, the error, is like a coach saying, off by this much. Then comes backpropagation, scary word, easy idea. Imagine someone gently tightening and loosening thousands of tiny knobs on Nova's connections, nudging them so next time, similar images push it closer to 7 instead of 2. Tiny adjustments, over and over. The more examples Nova sees, the better those knobs get tuned, just like your brain wired itself tighter every time you unlocked your phone without thinking. Next shot. We'll zoom into those knobs' weights and show how they turn chaos into pattern recognition. Inside Nova, each connection between neurons has a weight, a little number that decides how loud or quiet that signal should be. Think of every connection as a volume slider on a giant DJ mixer. At the start, all sliders are random noise. As Nova trains, the algorithm keeps sliding them up or down. This connection helped the right answer, turn it up. That one pushed us wrong. Turn it down. Slowly, chaos shapes into a set of preferences. Nova becomes sensitive to certain strokes, curves, edges that usually mean this is a 3 or this is an 8. Nobody hard-coded this is what a 7 looks like. Nova discovered that pattern by itself from examples. In the next shot, we'll stack more layers and show how Nova starts recognizing not just lines and edges, but meaningful shapes, like how your apps spot your face in a selfie. Now let's level Nova up. One layer of neurons can spot simple stuff, dark here, light there. But when we stack layers, each one builds on the previous. First layer, edges and lines. Second, simple shapes. Third, patterns like a circle with 2 dots and a curve, hello, smiley face. In your phone's face unlock, deep networks do this at insane scale. They don't see you the way a human does. They see a pattern of distances, angles, shadows that scream your face in math form. Nova's brain is the same idea. More layers, more abstract patterns, more useful skills. And still under the hood, just numbers being multiplied, added, nudged. Next shot, we're leaving digits behind. We'll follow Nova into your everyday life, your feed, your music, your maps. Now imagine Nova has cousins everywhere. One Nova curates your For You page, learning what you pause on, what you scroll past. Another Nova powers music recommendations, picking songs with rhythms and vibes similar to what you already love. A different Nova predicts how long your food delivery will take by watching traffic, weather, driver behavior. Underneath, it's the same story. Examples go in, guesses come out, errors push tiny adjustments, networks get sharper. They're not conscious, they're pattern machines. They notice what's too complex or boring for humans to track at scale. But there's a twist. What they learn depends completely on the data we feed them. Garbage in, garbage out. Biased in, biased out. In the next shot, we hit the turning point. What happens when Nova learns the wrong lessons? Let's say Nova is trained mostly on photos of one type of face, one language style, one culture. It will quietly get really good at that and worse at everything else. Now Nova is used in hiring or housing or content moderation. Same math, very different stakes. If the training data is skewed, Nova learns skewed rules. It's not evil, it's obedient. It reflects us. This is why people say AI can be biased. They're talking about networks like Nova locked into bad habits they learned from unbalanced data. That's the tension, insanely powerful pattern detectors deeply dependent on what we show them. In the next shot, we push to the climax. How to think about AI as a tool you control, not a god you fear or a toy you ignore. Here's the key insight. A neural network is not a crystal ball. It's a compression of experience. Nova becomes whatever patterns we repeatedly reward. That means AI is less alien intelligence and more mirror with math. If we design the data carefully, test it honestly, and question its outputs, Nova becomes a powerful teammate. Scanning contracts, suggesting ideas, flagging anomalies, translating languages. If we treat it like an oracle and never question it, we hand our choices to a pattern machine trained on yesterday. For your life, that means two things. Learn how it works so you're not intimidated, and stay critical so you're not manipulated. Next shot will connect this to your career, creativity, and why understanding neural networks now is a real advantage, not just a nerd hobby. If you're between 20 and 35, this isn't just trivia. Neural networks are quietly rewriting how work gets done. You don't have to build them from scratch to benefit. If you're a designer, knowing AI sees patterns in style helps you prompt better and spot when it's off. In marketing, you understand why recommendation systems push certain content and how to ride that wave ethically. In coding, you see why AI autocomplete feels psychic. It's seen millions of code patterns. Once you realize it's all pattern learning, you gain control. You stop thinking, AI will replace me, and start asking, how do I direct Nova to amplify me? Next shot, we turn this into a mindset. How to think like a network, constantly learning from examples without becoming a machine. Let's steal one thing from Nova, the learning loop. See examples, make a guess, check if it worked, adjust. That's literally how you mastered texting fast, editing videos, or reading people. Neural networks just run that loop at insane speed and scale. But here's what you have that Nova doesn't: curiosity, values, context, creativity. You choose what data to absorb, what patterns to reinforce, whose voices to amplify. If Nova is locked into what it's fed, you can choose to explore beyond the algorithm, read deeper, ask weirder questions, build fairer systems. When humans understand how these networks think, we stop fearing them and start shaping them. Next shot will land this whole story in one clear picture you can carry with you, and a challenge for you after this video. Here's the picture to remember. A neural network is a huge stack of simple yes-no, more or less decisions wired together, trained on mountains of examples. That's Nova. No soul, no secrets, just patterns tuned over time. When it recommends, recognizes, or writes, it's not thinking like you, it's remixing what it has seen. Your power is knowing this. You can question it, guide it, use it, build with it. Or if you want, build your own Nova. If this story made neural networks feel human-level understandable, here's your challenge. Pick one AI tool you already use this week and ask, what patterns is its Nova learning about me? Notice, question, adjust. And if you want more clear, visual stories like this, hit subscribe, drop your questions below, and I'll break down the next big AI concept simply in the next episode.